Good morning, guys. Season 6 is all about love stories in different spaces of life. So, today we've got the biggest, tallest, largest love story of all times, the story of friendships, lasting friendships that have survived years of not having met, thousands of miles of distance, and yet they thrive. We've got Jay and Uma today with us. Welcome to Life Begins at 40, my beauties.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for taking time across time zones to be here today. So, how long have the two of you been friends? Tell me that.
We've known each other ever since 1998.
Yes. So
Wow.
24 years.
And
24 years.
22 years. Sorry. 22 years.
22 years, yeah.
No, wait. 24
Wait.
years. Because we are 22 right now. So 98, yeah. 24 years.
like,
Okay,
absolutely.
whatever. I'm not good at maths anyway. So yeah, 24, then 24 it is.
24. Wow, so next year it will be 25.
Yeah, so we have to celebrate. Then we have to
Wow.
meet.
Then we have to do that whole Singapore thing. Let's see.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many times have you met
Paris.
since Uma moved to Singapore and you to US?
Pankaj, when did you move to US? Which year was it?
2011.
So I think after 2011, we just met in 2019 when I came to SF.
That's
That was it, Sanjana. We didn't meet.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
about
even
9
before-
years, we met after 9 years.
How
And
did,
now also, Sanjana, we don't know when we are going to meet again, honestly, you know. I
how
don't
do you
know
stay
whether-
connected? What gets the vibe going? He has to say something and you start dancing. It's like you're waiting for the cues.
He has to say something, and we think of 5 different things, and then we start laughing. We reach one particular thing after those 5 steps, and then we start laughing. And both of us are the only 2 people who know what we are laughing at.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like a bank that will never, fail us. We can always, anytime, day or night, anything happening, call up each other and ask for that bank to give us credit, and we will recount the same stuff in the same way and laugh harder and harder and harder each time we recount that. It's too much. We've done too many things in our lives. Too many things that only she and I know, that we can really, really relish it.
And you know, Sanjana, even if we call each other like every day, or if we call each other once in 6 months or once in a month or whatever, we have to recount or retrace all those things that have happened, you know, the fun moments that we've happened. And we've always did that. We've always done that. And we've always laughed about those particular things every single time that
Yeah.
we have spoken to each other. I don't know how we do it. It's so amazing.
Yeah, I think, Uma, you're probably one of my. I know, Sanjana, I knew you before 1998. We were working together before that, I think.
Absolutely.
A little earlier than 1998, I had joined Club at the Hyatt, where we met.
Almost 3 years before.
Yeah, 96, I think I joined. But the thing is, Uma, you're, I think, the only friend who I spent so so much time with. Like, when I was growing up, I think not even in school people would come and stay at my house for so long. But we were staying together. How my parents were accepting of you coming and staying over and us being in the same room. And it was just so natural for them to accept that friendship. It was so natural for them. And they were not aware of anything about my life at that time. They were just, with the expectation and all that game. But they were just so completely accepting to you coming over and staying in my room, and
So all
us
those
spending so much
memories,
time.
all those times that we've spent, it's actually brought so much of joy, so much of happiness. And I feel I was a completely different person back then, and that brings a smile on my face as well, because it was so beautiful, it was so innocent, it was so lively. Actually, I should delete the word innocent. It wasn't innocent.
That I can vouch for. I just know
it was amazing.
what was your friendship like? Would you say it was intense? It was fun? because Pankaj and I used to have crazy fights. We used to have intense fights and not talk, and then, but still call each other all the time, and then cry our way through fights.
I don't think we've not had fights. I think Pankaj and I have had a lot of fights, and we've had sessions that we stopped talking to each other, and but we've
Wow.
always bounced back because
Hmm.
the thing is that I can't think of my life without Pankaj because I mean I can fight with him, I'll fight with my mom, I'll fight with my husband, but I cannot think my life without them. It's very similar. It's very similar. I mean, I cannot even 1 minute imagine that I fight with him and I stop my life and I stop talking to him whatsoever. That will never ever happen. And I'm saying this on your channel, Sanjana. That will never happen. It will never happen. I pray for him every day, actually 5 times a day, maybe, so he's part of my life, he's part of my family.
What is the
He's
parameter of friendship? Like, what is a friendship? Like, what can you say that friendship is this or friendship is that, and this is my friendship and that friendship? For me personally, friendship was if I can be as open as my conscience is with me internally to my friend on any aspect of life, open up all my fears, all my ugliness, and all my imperfections for viewing purposes so that my friend and I can view it together with the eyes of that internal confidence and trust, because that's what Uma is for me, and Sanjana, you as well. It's just there is so much trust there that there is nothing that I can be afraid about in this
Yeah,
friendship.
so it's like, with Pankaj, even with you, Sanjana, uh, I don't feel that, there is any, he's judging me or you're judging me. I can tell anything, I make thousand mistakes. We all do. But if I tell Pankaj that, this is what I did and this is what happened, and I know it's something that I shouldn't have done at that particular moment, he knows it all. I know it for sure. There will be no judgment, there will be no side remarks, there will be no even more fun to be with. That makes it totally holy. So, I really, that space where I know that this guy is not going to judge me, this human being is there for me because I did that. Even if I did that, he's still there for me. It makes a world lot of difference. It makes a difference to everybody when you know that, all right, everybody makes mistakes, but at least there's somebody to accept you, understand you, and not pass judgments on you.
And part of me is
Yeah.
that, it's like, what are the blessings in your life that you can count? What can be the thing, like when you say when you die, the important parts of your life or important moments of your life or events of your life will flash in front of your eyes. For me, it is like the important people in my life will flash in front of my eyes. So, like you said, Uma, you said you pray for me. It's the same thing. Whenever a prayer goes out, it's for the people who give me love, who nourish me, and who I love and nourish and hold dear. It goes out for all. I mean, I can't tell you. It's so funny. I'm going to reveal a little the ritual, Uma, that you and I do, and it's thanks to you that we started it. You brought up this. Uma is a strong believer in Reiki and energy, and also, has always been a energy provider in my life in more ways than one. So Uma suggested that there is a time where both of us will coincide on the timepiece, and we will send out energy of prayer for my nourishment and my life and love in my life and to nourish love in my life. So I feel that who does that in this world for another human being on a regular basis? I
Almost
love
like
you,
me.
Ma.
Me too. Always. Unconditionally, forever, eternally.
And lifetime worth. I think more lifetimes. I think there's some spark in our lives that bring us back every life together as friends. Some spark. Yeah, as a migrant, when you come to lands which are far away from people who you've grown up with and touched and felt part of your life, these memories and these moments, oh, hi there. These memories and these moments are life saving. They're literally life saving because you can count on them as if they are real, as if it just happened yesterday. And like Uma, you say that, yeah, it's like you can taste it, you can feel it in your pulse, you can feel your heart rate rise up because you can feel that energy of that particular
This
moment.
goes. Acha,
So
what
then
has
this,
this friendship taught
yes.
you about life?
Sorry, come again. What has friendship taught us about life?
This
This,
friendship that you share taught you about life.
Yeah, I mean, when you are so close to a person and you're sharing so much, you learn from each other as well, right? So it has taught us to be tolerant towards people. It has taught us to be, respect each other's individuality, which is very important. I cannot be like him, he cannot be like me, he cannot think like me, I cannot think like him. So whatever I'm thinking, it has to be respected, and it has to be it cannot be repeated or anything, but it has to be respected as an other's opinion. So it has taught us that, and it has made us made my and his life, I'm sure, more enriched. you know I mean, the fact that we come from different backgrounds, we come from different social status, maybe different kind of past, where we have different kind of baggages that we've had. So we've had all that differences, but how does it matter? If I'm his friend, I will be his friend, no matter
with Uma
what,
has taught
where.
me one thing is really very interesting is that this friendship is so unique in its own nature, in its own energy, in its own soul. That's one. But also to remember that any perfect idea of a perfect friendship is such BS, because perfect friendship is basically one word for me: resilience. There is no perfect friendship. There is friendships goes through so much with each other. Two friends who are there in for them, they go through a lot. Uma and I have gone through a lot. A number of times our friendship has come to a breaking point where it was like, okay, this is not going to survive, and it has. So speaking about the fact that we have survived, we have come back in our friendship, because there is this, I mean, for me, it has also been very receiving when Uma has come back and after we have fought and showed me all her love in all her energy and all her friendship, and it has been a immense joy and immense like a gift to receive, because you think that you don't deserve it, and you think that probably no other human in your life could actually fight with you like that and still see the love that they see in you, and they come back and give you that love, and also not just give it to you but say it. Uma has always been very transparent of about her feelings every time. That's one of the strongest parts of our relationship, that there is nothing hidden as far as Uma is concerned. It's always transparent. Whatever she's feeling about whatever is happening in my life, it doesn't matter. It can get very uncomfortable for Uma to have an opinion on what is happening in my life, but she will say it because that's how our friendship
What
is.
what are your shared? What are the shared values, thought processes, way of looking at life that bind you? Because you're both very different individuals, yet there is a huge amount of acceptance, trying to look at things from each other's point of view, right? And talking each other through difficult moments without judging each other. But what is the fundamental that forms this friendship and keeps it together?
One thing is that never stop having fun. Okay, like Pankaj and I, no matter how stressful the situation has been, and that was the time that he had not come out of the closet. Am I okay to talk about it, Pankaj? Okay. And still then, I mean, it was stressful, and we were like, but still, we never stopped having fun. Even till now, when I met him in San Francisco, I had very little time that we spent together. We did not stop having fun. We laughed, we spent time together. So one thing that defines this relation is never stop having fun, never stop giving up on your laughs. Um, uh, that's what is important. Stress will come and go, laughter will remain.
Say what
Yeah,
would
and that really, Uma, brings up the really important, when you said that, that's really such an important thing, because what I was thinking about when Sanjana asked me that question about the shared values, because it's a very interesting, which I never thought about it. One of the things that I thought about immediately, Uma, that I thought about you and your sister and your whole family, I think, has been like, no matter what happens, the looking forward, the aage dekho, aage chalo, keep going, get up and walk, koi nahi hota, kuch nahi hota, koi nahi hota, kuch nahi hota. That is so strong in your fabric, Uma. And part of that is in mine also. We both come from challenges. We've both come from, family situations. And that thing is so. And one of the things that was really, this is, okay, yeah, I have to say this. This is so important for me because, so, Uma, I have to say this, Uma. Uma in our MBA was like really a stereotypical hearty. Like she was super eye turning, gazes turning when she walked
Still
into the
is.
room. She was super like one of the star hotties in the MBA kind of fraternity. And then when she was my friend, she would talk about bus route, and she would talk about the most basic things. She would talk about prices. She would talk about total middle class Delhi upbringing would come very naturally. So there was no pretension to what this look was. And when you just went on look, you would never know what is the inner Uma. And when you know the inner Uma, the outer look would just become so much more radiant and beautiful than just the stereotypical, oh, this is just a Hari walking next to you, but a kind person. She's so kind. Uma
Yeah.
does such amazing work in Singapore, rescuing animals and reptiles, has been doing that forever. And this is a person who's not had such training or any training, who's just done this because of a passion. It's kindness for all beings on this planet. That is a very important part. And then this is why it's funny, because we have the capacity to laugh at our own selves. The amount of time that Uma and I can laugh at our mistakes with abandonment, it's unbelievable how much we have given each other so much respect with our foolishness. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's
yeah.
also timeless. You and I can meet after 12 months and lift it up right there where we left up.
Yeah.
There is no awkwardness. There is no like, oh, let's figure this out. Everything is figured out. We just begin, when we
Yeah,
meet.
yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me something. What is give me three V statements when you're both
Keywords
together
statement.
right now. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, when you're both together right now, give me three V statements. When we are together, we are currently feeling this, this, this.
Okay.
So Uma will give her three and I'll give you my three. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you could both, or you could give them together. You seem to be so tuned into each other's
We are
energies.
together. What is the next line? We what?
We feel.
We feel. When we are together, we feel
Celebrate.
joyful
When we are together, we feel totally at ease with each other.
Hmm.
and beautiful. I feel beautiful when I'm with you.
Yeah, me too. Especially when you say that I was a hottie. Well done.
What gives meaning to both your lives?
I think for me, friendships are very important. Friendships give meaning to my life. I think I am a poor person who is extremely wealthy with the friends that I have. And I think that really adds to this whole game called life. That's what it's about. So that's one. And second is, life has given me a lot in terms of things to be grateful for. And how can I be generous back to people who I am living with? What is my duty towards this planet, this life, everything that nurtures me right now? How do I say thank you to that? What can I do in my day to day, in my internal thoughts, external thought processes in my communication, in my relationships that can actually represent that value of thank you that I want to give back to the universe for giving me this amazing life here in this little rock at the smallest part of this universe, which is, we don't know how what is in there. So then also to enjoy happiness, like Uma said, that is also the purpose of my life, to be happy, to enjoy friendships like Uma and yours, because I deserve that happiness and I must receive that happiness without guilt, with complete open arms, and with joy in my heart, because it's a gift that was made for me.
Ever since I've met Pankaj, there's a new sense of appreciation for people who are not like me. I mean, we generally, we generally would move in similar kind of, people who are similar to us. But knowing Pankaj has made me appreciate life, has made me appreciate a lot more things than what typically belong to our circle when you're growing up. So that has really added meaning to my life, to appreciate everybody, to embrace everybody, to understand everybody. It has really made that that feeling uh, uh, liven up my life. That's the first and the foremost thing that I can think of.
And just to mention to your viewers, I have been called Jay and I've been called Pankaj on this channel. Pankaj was my name in India, and my friends know me as Pankaj. And I like listening to that name from my friends here at this. So even though some may call it a dead name, it may be, but also it makes me feel alive to parts of my life when my friends call me that.
Thank you so much, both of you. Any last words before we log
I
off?
mean, I just want to say that God bless our friendship, all three of us for that matter, and may everything turn out to be as we always wanted. May Pankaj and Sanjana, your life be enriched with love and laughter and good health and lots of prosperity. And may your channel be the best in the whole world, Sanjana. And may you, Pankaj, prosper and have a lot of fun in your life. I really wish that for both of you. And I pray to God that that's what happens in the next years to come.
Receiving it, receiving it, receiving it. Thank you so much, Uma. Thank you.
Finding
Thank you.
joy.
And sending it back to you, sending it back for your family, peaceful health and safety and prosperity. But also, I want to tell your viewers that, you know what? Life begins at 40, and life begins at every moment of life. So enjoy it and live it and enjoy those beginnings, because every end is also another beginning.